Hey everybody, it's Sienna here and welcome to my online chess lecture. So today I will be showing you a game, actually my game, between Miroljub Lazic and me. Yeah. I played this game like 3 days ago. Miroljub Lazic, by the way, is a 2280 uh, rated GM. So without further ado, let's get into this game. It's actually one of my better games because, well, I didn't make a mistake on every single move. And I think this is the first game I played against a actually good GM that wasn't a friendly or anything like that. E4, E6, D3, C5. Yeah, so here I got a bit stunned right here because I was preparing an opening. If he plays knight f3, because I don't know, I just randomly found this type of game. It's queen f3. So knight c3, d5, queen f3. This is what I was preparing. And then after that, a bunch of moves, but he went out of the entire variation with d3. And this is what I used to play on French defense, and I didn't know how to reply. So I started thinking, if I play d5, takes, and his normal idea is to play queen e2, and he's just going to get queen e2 with check. Okay, I just erased the errors, never mind guys. So if I go for this, then he's going to get a check. Yeah, sure, I could just play bishop to e7 or some stuff, but his normal idea is queen e2, g3, bishop g2, this, and king castle. So, he would just get queen e2 with the tempo. So I thought about it and played c5, hoping that that was not a mistake. That was a good move, so I'm trying. c5, g3, knight c6, bishop g2, knight f6, f4, d6, d6, knight f3, bishop e7. I don't know why I'm typing when I put game in. Knight c3, bishop d7, king castle, h3, d5, e5, knight e8, knight e2, f6, e takes f6, bishop takes f6. Now, when I played f6, just since I'm not talking about the game, f6 is something you normally play in defense, right? But I was a bit scared because if I play f6, I knew this, but e takes f6, bishop takes f6, and this pawn's a bit weak. So I didn't want to play it at first, but then I figured I don't have anything else to do. I gotta get some counterplay, but I didn't know how. I'm not gonna go for the queen side if we can play f6, but just like that, I thought maybe like knight c7, but that just wasn't enough. So I risked it and played f6. And after e takes f6 and bishop takes f6, I figured he has to do like 1,000 moves just to get to this pawn and create his own weaknesses. This is the fastest way, I think. Well, he can do knight g5, but I just take it. So at this point he played g4, and it's not that I wasn't expecting this. I mean, his normal idea is not to play f4, but h4, but he played f4, g4, so queen b6. I'm just pretending I didn't see that. c3, knight to d6, knight g3, knight b5, king h1, knight c3, bishop bc3, bishop c3. Yeah, this is a tactic. Sure, he found a nice job, but like, if I knew that this wasn't correct, and this is well, because this, and yeah, I'm gonna gain a pawn, but he has compensation for that. I knew this, but anyway, I played it because I pretended I was gonna take the pawn on c3, because at that point he went off his chair, and then because this is a classic game. And then I just pretended I was gonna take the pawn, pretending I'm gonna like take it off the board, and then just to see his reaction if I was clear to play it. So I just gained some confidence. Should I risk it? And then he sat on his chair, put his hands on his face, and after 5 seconds, he shook his head and looked at a guy from his team on the other table. So that's where I figured I'm clear to do it. And I risked. There we go. Nice. Bishop takes c3, bishop takes c3, bishop takes c3, bishop e3, bishop a1, queen a1, and now d4. I just like trying something. Bishop d2, queen a6, queen b1, rook from a to c8. I also had to like cut off some of his time because I was getting a bit tight with my time. Had like 20 minutes less than him. Spend a lot of time on thinking. Opening phase, it's a bit of time, like 5 minutes, and then on that tactic. So I had to cut off the time a bit. That's why I did the tactic as well. Rook e1, b5. I should have done this in the opening phase instead of f6 instead of thinking about it. Knight e4, knight e7. I was like maybe just gonna try like nice, not really good move. And then this or this. Knight e6 were useless, but what do you know? Knight e7, rook c1, queen b6, queen knight c5, rook c5, queen c5, and now bishop to b4. This was a tactic that literally gained absolutely nothing. And I could have gained the pawn if I didn't mess up. So queen b6, bishop e7, rook 4, and yeah, I kind of gained the pawn, and he's getting me into worst position. Queen c1, mistake of the century, number 1 to call it, because I just have rook f7, and he just kind of just wasted on me. Bishop c5, this is where I messed up. That queen c1 turned out good because I didn't know how to reply. Queen a5. Mistake of the century, number 2. If I should have played queen c7. I thought about it, and I didn't see knight to e5 for some reason, which is pretty obvious. Attacking both of these pieces. But I played queen a5 because I was like, I thought the queen was getting pinned at this point, but I didn't realize you can't do anything. This is more of his problem. He's the one that's pinned. I don't know why I didn't play that. I'm actually pretty angry right now, but yeah, I'm not gonna scream in front of the camera. Knight e5, queen c3. This is the only move that could actually give me something. This is like the normal move, like rook f2. Just I don't have choice. I have to give away my bishop or my rook or a piece for a knight, actually, to be more precise. And that's better than giving away a piece. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna do queen c3 and hope. Yeah, and after all of that chaos, I hate what I said. Bishop to e4. He actually didn't know how to win in this position. It's pretty hard, to be honest. b4, d4, bishop a4. That's how the position made itself. I was gonna resign, but then I figured I have slight chances for a draw. And I don't want the game to finish so quickly. I just, king g1, b3, a takes b3, bishop takes b3, king f2, a5, king e2, a4, and if he didn't have this move, he'd be lost by now. Bishop c1. I tried bishop c4 here, but the king to f2, I put the bishop back, and then king e3. H6, king d3, king f6. I like trying to get a king into the game, but it's not going. the way I expected. So king c3, bishop a2, bishop c2, bishop d5. I actually wanted to get my bishop to g2 or f1 to try to take that pawn, and it worked. Bishop f4, g5, bishop e5, king f7, and now bishop a4. So I took my chance and played bishop g2, bishop d1, and I took my pawn, his pawn. This wasn't enough to win the game though. I needed the g4 pawn, but he's not gonna just give it to me. Christmas gift. So king g6, king c4, bishop f1, king to c5, bishop d3, king d6, king f7. Wait, because here's something that's the plane. If your sound doesn't. Okay, so king d7, bishop e5. Oh my god, it freaked me out. It'd be just fly into a house, want to say hi window. King d8, bishop a4, bishop c2, bishop c6, king c7, bishop to d5, king d7, bishop b3, king d8, bishop d5, bishop to b5, bishop f3, bishop b8, king g8, bishop h5, bishop d5, king e7, king h7. So this is where I knew I was lost, because if I were to do bishop e4, then king e6. If I did bishop c4, bishop f7, king h7, and then bishop e6. And bishop, if what happened was this, he wants bishop g6, mate. I don't actually make sure we go and do that, but yeah. Bishop e4, king e6, and this is where I resign. So if I didn't make that mistake and play queen c7, I could have beaten a GM. But whatever. So if you liked the video, be sure to subscribe, and see you next time.